Okay guys, we need to talk a minute. You already know, if you've been following my channel, that I always preach buying the narratives that I haven't pumped yet. So everybody was talking to me about AI, RWA after they had already pumped. So I want to focus on these narratives, these hidden narratives that people are really not focusing in this very moment. So you can accumulate now doing the opposite of what most people are doing, so that when these prices pump, everybody's going to ask you, is it a good time to accumulate this project? And you're already several X's up in profit. So this is the main concept behind this video. And today we're going to talk about Gamblefi. Gamblefi is gambling on the blockchain. And as you guys know, it's a very risky narrative. It is a gamble. Yes, absolutely. But it's also something that could give you a lot of returns. And we haven't really seen Gamblefi project prosper in recent weeks or months. So I've researched this into the last few days, and I actually gotta say that I found it interesting for a few reasons that I'm gonna talk about in a second. It's another Gamblefi token on Ethereum, and up until then, you see nothing revolutionary, right? But first of all, let's be analytical. There's 8 million in market cap, almost 8 million in market cap, so it's much smaller than other Gamblefi projects that we see. So you already know that it's a risky project with a potential high return that it can give you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about this project. The chart just looks like it's ranging across these levels. Volume is very low, so you can rest assured that nobody knows about this project. I'm probably the first YouTuber making a video about it. It's only on Uniswap. It has a buy and sell tax, but hear me out. The tokens are burned with every transaction. So the supply is actually deflationary. With every transaction that we're going to have in the weak ecosystem, the tokens are going to be burned and eliminated from the supply forever. So makes it deflationary. Also, why do I like this project? First of all, it's one of the only few projects in the Gamblefi sphere that has a doxed team. Most of the projects have anonymous teams. You can compare this easily with Rollbit, one of the most successful Gamblefi projects of the sphere. Not even them are doxed. And when the projects are not doxed, one of the main things is that it's very hard for these projects to get listed on tier 1 exchanges, on Binance, on KuCoin even, on Coinbase, etc., etc. It's very hard for these projects to get listed if they have an anonymous team. So if this actually gets listed because it has a doxed team, then you can rest assured that the price is going to skyrocket. One of these founders is actually here on LinkedIn. You can check him out. It's fully doxed. And also the entire project itself is doxed on this platform, which I'm not super familiar with, so I don't want to bullshit you and tell you I know all about this. But they went all in to get a KYC status verification, and it seems approved. It seems like everything's done with that. That definitely got a signal for something. What about the platform? The platform is okay. It's not the best platform that I've ever seen. Just like every other gambling website, really. This is nothing that really interests me and makes me be like, whoa. But I gotta say that they have a lot of functions. For instance, they have this lotto function, which I don't think that other gambling projects of the sphere have. There's also a sports betting section, which is something that also Rollbit has. And you can actually get discounts by just paying with WIC. And you can not only just use the WIC token as part of the ecosystem, but you can pay in a variety of different other currencies, just stable coins or Ethereum or whatever you name it. I actually found this thread on X while I was researching this project, which I found very interesting. And this guy seems to be very bullish, maybe a bit of a moon boy-ish, but I want to just dissect what this guy is saying. So shout out to you. I don't really know you, RX Crypto, but I'm going through your Twitch, so shout out to you. Numbers about profit sharing, and wow, it definitely seems quite big. 1.28 million in revenue in 2 weeks for something that is only 8 million in market cap. It seems like they're actually printing money. Profit share to WIC stakers, profit share to platform users. Just the fact that they're sharing profits with their user base. I've always said it to you guys across a variety of other industries that if a project actually has a revenue sharing system, that is something that creates a clear utility for the investors and the users and the gamblers or whatever of this platform. Very, very interesting. So the numbers are very promising. So in my opinion, if the numbers are actually legit, it's just a matter of time that something like this just skyrockets. The staking is 31.4% APY with no lock-in period, meaning that I can stake my tokens tomorrow. And if in a week I want to withdraw all of them, I can do it and I'm not linked in any sort of way. That is actually very nice because most of these projects, they will still have some minimum lock-in period, whether it 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, etc. The player's projection is definitely very ambitious. They're going to refresh the platform UI, which I think is probably the thing that they need to do the most because, again, it's okay. But if I compare it to Rollbit, it's definitely not as good. They're going to launch the week arena and the reward system. And this is happening probably in the next few days, or probably it's already out by the time that you're watching this video. And then the team is going to focus on marketing. I don't know if these guys had insider information, but I definitely think that this information is very interesting. And if I compare this with something like Rollbit, even with the market cap that Rollbit has right now, we're talking about a 40x with a market cap in still a bear market, arguably. By the time that you're watching this video, we might be in a full-blown bull market, who knows. But anyway, and if also I consider Rollbit had a market cap all-time high of around 800 million, it would mean that if this was to achieve the all-time high of Rollbit, it would be a clean 100x. And if I compare it with Rollbit still doesn't have tier 1 exchanges, but if this project, just because of the fact that it's doxed, is able to get to those tier 1 exchanges, to just big centralized exchanges in the first place, this, in my opinion, has a lot of potential, especially with the numbers that they're posting. Guys, it seems like it's actually very promising because all of this, and you realize how early you are in a project. If they just launched and they have very little volume, which by all means, it doesn't mean that if a project is old that has low volume is good. This only applies to new projects. So before anybody says to me, oh, you never looked at projects that have low trading volume, this is the clear difference. It's another thing if the project launched more than 2 years ago. The following on X is pretty much non-existent. So in my opinion, you can consider this a gem because it doesn't even have 10K followers. I might have more followers than this project in the very near future on X. So that says a lot, and it's on Uniswap. The only pain, let's say, is that you have to get the buy and sell taxes of 5%, but this is all tokens that are burned. And, you know, by the time that this is listed on something like Maxi, if it gets listed there, of course, I suppose so, because of the fact that the team is doxed, you will probably have to deal with a much higher price anyway. So it's up to you if you really want to pay on these buy and sell taxes or just wait until this gets listed to a centralized exchange before making an entry. And of course, you already know, guys, that this is not any financial advice of any sort. Do your own research. I'm just showing you something that I found on the internet and I particularly like, and I could perhaps consider an entry in the near future. I perhaps want to wait for this project to get listed on a centralized exchange. I'm willing to take the risk, especially because very few people are talking about this project and I don't hold any in this very moment, but I could reconsider making an entry into this very, very soon. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope that you took some value out of it, and you already guys know that I have the best community in crypto, my private group. I am minting millionaires inside this group. Once in a lifetime opportunity to change your life, to create generational wealth. This is a coming bull run, so don't mess it up and join now. All the benefits are listed right here on the screen, so you can pause or screenshot or whatever, or just click down below. It's the first link down in the description. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey, and until then, take care for now.